Case study: Political parties in Canada. 1600s to 1840s. Before the formation of political parties, elected representatives acted independently, their actions and ideas solely their own without an allegiance to a party. 1840s to 1867. Political parties began to establish themselves as a part of the new responsible government, allowing Canada to distance itself from the British monarchy. Independent representation also became less prominent in favor of party politics. A fun fact: Nova Scotia was the first colony to have a responsible government in 1848. 1867 to 1900s. The Confederation of Canada. Representative independence was no more. The Liberal and Conservative parties were also formalized in Canada. Members of Parliament were also directed to vote more. 1900s to 1940s. The party system became rigid as it was established in Parliament, and populist movements began as people began to protest for more independent representation in government. Populist meaning a politician who focuses on ordinary people, appealing to citizens who feel disregarded and are discontent with the current government. 1940s to 1960s. After World War II, the party system had firmly established itself as a part of Canada's parliament, and the Liberals and Conservative parties dominated, suppressing independent figures in parliament using political machines. Political machines are groups or organizations controlled by a singular person. The groups and organizations command enough votes or influence to maintain or influence a political party's power. 1968 to 1984. Trudeau from the Liberal Party cemented political parties in Parliament by centralizing power within the party system. This would also implement the modern party whip system. Party whips are an appointed position in the parties. The person would be responsible for ensuring that all members vote as the leader directed, acting to enforce party discipline. 1984 to the present day. Power has been centralized in the parties. The idea of representative independence has been dismantled due to the party discipline from party whips. There's been a decline in independent MPs in the present day. Parliament wouldn't be able to run without political parties. Each party organized in a hierarchical fashion, where a single leader decides and represents the party's goals as well as their stance during election. Each party is run strictly by party whips, and misbehaving members can be expelled from the party. Liberals are progressive, wanting change, embracing multiculturalism and immigration, with a larger focus on problems of today, such as LGBTQ rights and climate change, demonstrated by their promise to phase out fossil fuels and implement a carbon tax. While conservatives are traditionalists who want to keep traditional policies to keep Canada's identity, they focus on economic and national security, demonstrated by their proposals of border security. The Liberals promise to add 1,000 new border agents, while the Conservatives promise at least 2,000. This is also shown in how their promise on climate change includes a plan to export oil. Political parties allowed Canada to become independent from the British without a mass revolution, and in the current year has grown into a strict and powerful system, cementing itself into Canada's government, with its parties in constant debate and competition, with its most prominent being between the traditional and economically engrossed ideals of the Conservative Party and the progressive, diplomatic, and pro-government thoughts by the Liberals. Canada and its political parties continue to shift and change as time goes on.